guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is super fun because we are talking about pizza. Who doesn't love pizza? I may be a registered dietitian, but I like to enjoy some pizza. So while pizza is super delicious and one of the greatest food combinations ever to come about, it's not the best for your health, which I'm sure you guys can already have guessed that. And that is for a few different reasons. Number one, the crust is usually made from white flour, which is super refined and processed, has very little nutritional value in it. Another thing is it is usually loaded with cheese and sauce. It's most likely going to have more cheese and sauce than you would have ever put on yourself if you were making it. So when we have all of that extra sauce and extra cheese, we're gonna get a ton of sodium, more salt than you would probably ever imagine is in pizza, and then also a lot of fat. Pizzas are always covered in cheese. There is a full-on cheese layer. It's not sprinkled on, it is layered on. So there is a ton of cheese. Again, most likely more cheese and sauce you would ever put on yourself. And lastly, it's just a high-calorie food. The combination of those three ingredients, mainly the cheese and the crust, are really going to jack up the calories, and that's not even talking any toppings. A lot of people like meat all over their pizza, which is really going to send the fat and calories through the roof. So I would be lying to you if I said I never ordered out pizza. Like, let's be real, I'm an American. Me and Matt like to order pizza every once in a while. However, I don't like to do it all the time because A, I know it's not very good for me, and two, I just don't feel very good afterwards. So one thing that we like to do to enjoy pizza more often is actually make it ourselves at home. And I'm not talking make dough from scratch and all of that. I know you're probably rolling your eyes, but I'm gonna be showing you how we like to make pizza at home. It's super easy, super fast, and by making it ourselves at home, we have full control over all of the ingredients, how much cheese, how much sauce, how much toppings go on. So we were able to scale it back a little bit so that it still tastes amazing, but it's just not super extravagant as far as calories. Before we jump into the recipe demo part of this video, I just wanted to mention to you guys that I am actually working with a company on this video. It's called Herbly, and it's a startup, and honestly, it is such a cool idea. It's a monthly subscription box. I know, there are so many subscription boxes out there, but this one actually delivers fresh herbs to your door. Cooking with fresh herbs makes such a huge difference in the taste of meals, and it's so easy to add them, but they're not like the most accessible, and I would be lying if I say I buy them. I don't. I just get the dry versions because that's easier and that's cheaper. I like it because it comes right to my door. I don't have to think about it, and it motivates me to cook more at home because my meals are just tasting really good. By using fresh herbs in your cooking, it can help you to reduce the amount of salt you need because they're so flavorful. They have so much more flavor than the dry versions that you just don't need quite as much salt. So it's a really easy way to cut more salt out of your meals while they still taste really good. And probably one of my favorite things about this service is Devin is working with a bunch of different farmers, and these are actually like leftover herbs that would have been thrown out anyway. So he's taking like a waste product, something that's just gonna go to waste, and he's putting it into this awesome subscription that people can benefit from. It's just a really cool idea, and I really like what Devin's doing, and I'm happy to promote it because I really appreciate a good business model, and this is definitely one of them. So anyway, I'm done ranting about Herbly. We'll talk about it a little more later in the video, but let's get into making some pizza. So obviously to start, you'll need a pizza base. We love using these whole grain naans. I just get these from the bakery section in my local supermarket. They are kind of high in sodium, which is the only thing I really don't like. Otherwise, they're not too bad. Sometimes we will get the freshly made pizza dough from Trader Joe's and use that, but this is something that's just even faster and easier. So obviously we're going to start with our naan as our pizza crust and go ahead and top it off with your red sauce of choice. I actually just did a whole video, the skinny on tomato sauce, if you guys want to see how to pick the best and healthiest one. Once you have your sauce on, go ahead and top it off with a little bit of mozzarella cheese. The key here is to not go too crazy. Don't make it a layer. Try and make it as light as possible. And then I will go ahead and top it off with some fresh tomatoes. And then it is time for our fresh basil from Herbly. So I will go ahead and just lay these basil leaves down. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like whenever I add fresh basil to pizza, I feel much fancier. So as far as Herbly and how your herbs will actually arrive, they will come in this little package right here with a cold pack to keep them fresh. In this shipment, I got basil, obviously, some lemon balm, as well as rosemary, and I also got these awesome little info cards. He sent one info card per each herb, and I absolutely love this idea because I love the idea of cooking with fresh herbs, but I don't necessarily know how to store them and like what best to pair them with as far as food goes. If you guys are interested in receiving these herbs from Herbly every month, you can actually pre-order them now on their Kickstarter page, and I will leave the link to that down in the description box below. Now back to our little margarita pizza. The next step is to bake it at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 10 to 12 minutes, basically just until the cheese melts and the crust is at your desired crispiness. And there we have it. Literally so easy, it's a joke, and definitely more healthy than getting takeout pizza. And I always try and have this pizza with a big serving of roasted veggies on the side. It's just another way to balance out this meal. Sometimes I eat the whole pizza, sometimes I only eat half. Just depends on how hungry I am and what else I had to eat that day. That is all I have for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have yet to follow me on Instagram and Snapchat, make sure to do so. I'm on there on a daily basis and would love to connect with you guys on there. And of course, if you have yet to subscribe, make sure to do so that you can join the fun and never miss any of my upcoming videos. So that is all I have. Thank you guys again so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye!